of the command module. This would look to be the panel, the display panel with some of the fuel quantity dials on the right side of the cockpit. At the time these television pictures were transmitted from the spacecraft, Apollo 11 was about 121,000 nautical miles from Earth. Where we do have good signal lock-on, we got amazingly good quality from those little Omni antennas. As we've mentioned before, normally the high-gain antenna would be used for a television transmission of this sort. And we could almost make out a face in that one, and somebody's hand down at the instrument panel. That last view just before we lost picture lockup appeared to be the right center portion of the main display console, main display panel in the command module. For a brief moment there, we had a picture of a somewhat placid Neil Armstrong closing his eyes momentarily. Another crewman to his left, I'm not sure at this point that I can make out who it was. It did appear, it might have been Mike Collins.
I don't know. Fly casual.
Did they ever talk about Luke and Leia's cousin? Because you know Padme have sisters, so there could be some distant relatives out there.
That's me. How are you there? Oh, just fine. How's the old white team today? The old white team's bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. We're ever alert down here. Ever alert and vigilant. Hey, you got any medics down there watching heart rate? I'm trying to do some running in place down here, and I'm wondering just out of curiosity whether it brings my heart rate up. Well, they will spring into action here momentarily. Stand by.
That was Mike Collins commenting that he was doing some running in place exercises, and we may get a brief view of that a little later on in this transmission if the picture stabilizes and holds still for us.
Hello, 11. We see your heart beating. Okay, well, let's the video and see if we go up any road with this place.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream, guys. Tonight, I'm not in the mood to play any games. I'm just in the mood to sip on my giant cup of coffee. I made 4 cups of coffee in my giant U.S. Space and Rocket Center coffee mug that I got from Huntsville, Alabama. And I am here to hang out with you guys for just about an hour. Let me know if the music is a little too loud. Eric, I did not miss you. I appreciate the hell out of that super chat and channel support, man. First super chat and channel support of the stream. Thank you so much for the support tonight. Before the stream even technically began, Eric, I appreciate the hell out of that, man. All right, so Eric says, did they ever talk about Luke and Leia's cousin? Because, you know, Padme had a sister. Oh, one second.
Fly casual.
Luke used the targeting computer. That why it's there.
JX Editor, thank you so much, man. Give me 1 second. Eric, he says, because, you know, Padme have a sister, so there could be some distant relatives out there. I remember there being a deleted, I have no, let me look it up. There was a deleted scene with Padme's sister, right? Let me see. Let me go. Let me 1 sec, Eric. Let me see. Padme's sister. Sola Naberi? I've never looked into this whatsoever. But I knew of her existence. Is it canon or legends? It's canon, okay. Sola Naberi was a human female from Naboo, a member of the Naberi family. She was a daughter of Rui and Jabal and the sister of Padme Amidala. Was the daughter of blah, 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 blah. Behind the scenes, Sola was portrayed by Claudia, an Australian actress perhaps well known for TV, blah, blah, blah. She first appeared on the scene from Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, but this scene was deleted and is not considered canon. Okay. She appeared at the end of Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, attending Padme's funeral. The character's name is given in the film's closing credits. Interesting. Eric, thank you so much for bringing this to my attention. I did not know that... I assumed that this was not canon because it was a part of a deleted scene. But... And she also appears in Queen's Shadow and Revenge of the Sith. So she appears in Queen's Shadow, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. Oh, one sec.
Kite Man.
JX, once again, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. So interesting, Eric. So Queen's Shadow, obviously the book that came out, what, a couple months ago? Or last month, actually, March 5th. Oh, wait, we're not in April yet. This month, March 5th. And paperback comes out May 2nd. All right. So that's interesting. And then she appears at the end of Revenge of the Sith. But she's not technically in Attack of the Clones. She's in a deleted scene. Interesting.
Chewie's bowcaster in the Star Wars Episode 9 poster. I think it's pretty rockin'.
Just a Kid That Rants, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. Give me one sec as well. I appreciate the support tonight, guys. So, Eric, yeah, I mean, the fact that Queen's Shadow brought it up, which is, you know, obviously a modern Star Wars book, and I don't know how big of a role that her sister plays. Probably very, very small, if not just mentioned. I haven't read that book yet. So, yeah, the possibility of that being explored is there. Do I think they're going to do it? I doubt it, but you never know. Because according to the Wikipedia canon entry, they really only talk about her appearance in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. And Attack of the Clones doesn't matter. It's not canon. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, she's at Padme's funeral, and that's literally it. That's literally the only entry of her background. But that would be an interesting avenue to go down and investigate, Eric. I don't think they're going to do that, though, but it would be. I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, man. I always feel like I learn new things whenever I do these streams. I find that obviously I'm a dope. I'm a dummy, and I don't know nearly as much as I pretend to know about the wars, and I'm always learning new shit. Eric, thank you so much, man.
Get Unaltered Star Wars on Blu-ray.
Oh, Snakebox, thank you so much as well. Let me catch up with the super chats here and take a sip of coffee. I'm waiting for the robot to read yours, Nick. Come on, robot.
I don't know. Fly casual.
Twins just beat the Indians 2-0. Hey HG, how are you?
Nick the Geek, thank you so much, man. And the Braves, the last time I looked, it was like 6-3, I think. My Braves were down. Opening day, though. It's exciting, man. I need to post a picture of all my Braves jerseys. Give me one sec, guys. Let me catch up with these super chats. JX Editor, thank you so much. Luke used the targeting computer. That's why it's there. That's why what's there? Why are you switching off your computer? That's why what's there? Did I miss something? Did I say something? Should I turn off my targeting computer that's in my Subaru Crosstrek? JX, PS, Kite Man, hell yeah. Kite Man, hell yeah. It's one of my favorite recurring sillinesses on these live streams, JX, is the Kite Man references that you always throw out. Because he's such an obscure character. Nobody knows shit about him. Except for JX Editor. But I appreciate that, that JX. Am I missing the context of the Luke message? Luke used the targeting computer, that's why it's there. Maybe I'm missing something. But I appreciate that, man. And just a Kid That Rants. Thoughts on C-3PO holding Chewie's bowcaster in Star Wars Episode 9 poster? I think it's pretty rockin'. Yeah, so we're talking about the poster now. So I haven't posted the poster. I haven't talked about the poster. I don't believe I have. Well, a little bit on Twitter. And I probably won't post the poster. I might upload a silly video over the weekend poking fun of people that instantly just started talking about the poster and posting it on their YouTube channels. I just don't have a desire to do that. I'm going down a different road here, just a kid, but give me one sec. When I see something like that, when I see a leaked poster being tossed around and passed around online, I don't know why, but it seems like a lot of people have the first instinct, or a lot of YouTubers have the first instinct to immediately just make a video about it. Just like have the still image of the poster there and talk about it for 10 minutes or a couple minutes. For whatever reason, when something like that, maybe it's to my detriment, maybe I'm an idiot, but when something like that happens, I don't think about hopping on a stream and talking about it. For one, I don't like leaks. You know, I prefer the actual marketing departments of these companies and stuff, like not just Star Wars, but the actual marketing and PR departments, you know, to have their presentations crafted for maximum hype, maximum excitement. I don't want to see a poster for the first time on some dude's fucking Twitter. A picture that looks like it was taken in 2005 with a Nokia N90. You know, it's so fuzzy. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, rant over. Just a kid that rants. I like it as well, just a kid that rants. Obviously, I don't know what the hell is going to happen. I don't know why that's the case. My first thought when I saw that was it's almost like they put... How do I put it? To me, it almost looked like a mock-up. Like, they were still working on the poster, and they were debating about which character to put in there. Oh, one sec.
Hey, how's things? Have you ever seen Doctor Who?
What's up, Jason96? Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Hope everything is doing well for you and yours. Give me one sec there. Give me one sec. But just a kid that rants. I'm very curious how it's gonna work. Maybe the end of... Maybe episode 9 is when C-3PO gets the combat chip put into his shoulder. I don't know. It's very interesting though. I'm very curious. It looks kind of goofy, right? I'm fine with goofy. I'm more like, what? Yeah. But my very first thought was, oh, they're still working on this poster. They don't know which character to put in there, so there's still a little bit of remnants of Chewbacca back there. But I don't think that's the case at all, investigating it further. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. And I do think it is a real poster. Somebody earlier was saying they don't think... Mark Hamill said it's not real or something like that. I do believe it's real. And, you know, the images are all new. Nobody's been able to source those exact images. Not to mention there was a leaked visual guide, I believe, with all those same images and characters in them. So, yeah, it's real. I would say it's real. I'd put all my chips on it being real. Snakebox, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Disney bought Fox. Do you think we'll get unaltered Star Wars on Blu-ray? You know, I used to be optimistic about that, man. But, you know, I've been doing this YouTube thing and bitching about the unaltered versions for a long time. For 8 years almost. Almost 8 years on here. And, you know, there's a... every year there's a new hype. Are we getting it? Are we getting it? Now, this merger has kind of changed the game, right? I still don't feel like we're going to get it. I used to be very optimistic. Now I'm a little pessimistic about it. I think maybe there was a wink-wink handshake deal when Lucas sold it to Disney. Maybe it was just silently agreed upon, or maybe legally written down, that the unaltered versions would never, you know, come up. Never be released again. I would be very surprised if that was not somewhere in there, or at least a friendly agreement on behalf of Disney to Lucas, you know? Or maybe they never even thought about it. I doubt that. You know, I mean, you know, Snakebox. The thing that I want most right now in Star Wars is that unaltered... well, maybe not most, right? I'm not over it, but it's like it's always there, and it's always like, man, I wish it was out. I wish I could see the unaltered versions in beautiful 4K, you know, or Blu-ray. But I'm not as like. I think it's because I'm not as optimistic anymore that I've kind of like rounded off my feet stamping and arms wailing and middle fingers. I still really want it, but I I'm not getting my hopes up, Snakebox. You know, maybe I'm never going to say never. Do I think it's eventually going to happen? I do. I think eventually. I'm talking years from now. Probably. But as of right now, I'm not holding my breath. I'm crossing my fingers. But I appreciate that, Snakebox. And Nick DeGeek, thank you so much, man. Twins just beat the Indians 2-0. Hey, HG, how are you? Yeah, opening day, right? I'm excited. I'm excited. Braves. Let's see what the final score was. 4-10 in favor of the Phillies. So the Braves are 0-1. It's all right. It's all right. Work out the kinks. I get extremely excited for opening day. I get extremely excited for baseball season. I used to have the MLB package. I used to try to watch as many games. I mean, 162 games in a season is a lot, right? I tried to watch as many as I possibly could, but that would just consume every single night of your life almost, you know, for half a year. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I'm doing good, Nick. I hope you're doing well as well. It's baseball season, man. I live about 6 hours from Atlanta, and every year, me and my wife, it's kind of like a tradition. Every single year for my birthday, we usually drive up for a Braves game. Last season was the inaugural year of the new stadium. Oh, no, was it? No, it wasn't last season. It was the season before my daughter was born. The last time we went was the inaugural season of the new Braves stadium. It's beautiful. Beautiful. But I appreciate that, Nick. Go Braves. And Jason96. Hey, how's things? Have you seen Doctor Who? You know, Doctor Who is something that gets recommended to me a lot. I've seen, I can count the amount of episodes that I've seen on 2 fingers, because I've only seen 2 episodes. The 2 episodes that I saw starred the guy from the... One of them was the guy from The Crown, right? Is that the same guy? Matt something, maybe? And the other one starred the guy from 28 Days Later. And, you know, maybe if I gave it another chance, I would really get into it. Or maybe I just came late to the game. I didn't grow up with it, and it's hard for me to get back in, like, get into a new series, you know, when there's so much good stuff to watch on TV. But I've only seen 2 episodes my entire life. It was okay. The ones that you know, I'm sure as the seasons get further, and I'm sure it's just like James Bond, right, where different people like different people in the role better, and different seasons better, and you know what I mean. But yeah, maybe down the line I'll end up Matt Smith and Christopher Eccleston. Okay, yeah, okay, Matt Smith, Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant. It's been going on forever, right? I think literally forever. But yeah, maybe I'll give it a chance. I think when I first started watching those episodes, it was right around the same time that I started watching, what's it called? How am I not thinking of this show? It's a sci-fi show that got picked up, I believe, by Amazon. Damn it. Let me look. Sci-fi show. That's really gonna narrow it down, you idiot. Typing sci-fi show. Amazon. The Expanse. Yeah, The Expanse is fantastic. I started watching The Expanse, I believe, around the same time that I watched those 2 episodes of Doctor Who, and The Expanse kind of took over. I love the first season of The Expanse. I've only watched a couple episodes of the second season. The second season was not available on Amazon for the longest time, and now I think it is, so I need to go back and check it out. I think it is, but yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Jason. Hope you're doing well, man. Do you think the Separatists could have won the Clone Wars? Aiden Daniels. Do I think they should have? That's a whole nother question. Is that, you have time for a video? No, Yeah, they totally could have. That would be a really interesting video. I've thought about this before, like the politics of the separatists, what I think of the separatists and the Republic, the politics of all that, and who was fighting for what, and who got manipulated by who, and what movements got kind of poisoned by nefarious folks, got taken advantage of by people who had more egotistical drives, you know. But I think that would be a very, very interesting video to make. I would want to definitely do a lot of research for that and make it a little interesting, not dry, you know. But yeah. Also, I've recently watched Blade Runner in 4K. Ooh. Oh man, I forgot how fucking amazing it is. Nice. I haven't seen it in 4K. I have it in I haven't. Wait. Yeah, I have it in Blu-ray. I have like the 5-disc director's final cut that comes with like every version of the movie. But yeah, it's fantastic, man. Fantastic. Let me take a little sip. Favorite series you're currently watching or have already watched? Who is that? Daniel Reyes. So, I'm currently watching Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Me and my wife have been watching a little bit of it here and there. It's a funny show. It's good. It's about a stand-up comedian. I like it. In like the 50s, I believe, like when Lenny Bruce is around. My all-time favorite show, though, Daniel, I think is The Sopranos. I think that's my all-time favorite show. Favorite series you're currently watching or have already watched? Man. I have a bad habit of starting shows, finishing the first season or so, and then like never revisiting them. I don't know why. But yeah. Do you own any Lego sets? No, I don't, Evan. I'm not much of a collector. I'm not much of anything like that. Now, I say that, but I really want, maybe not, I don't know, maybe if we ever decide to move or something like that and I have a bigger office, because my office is a little too cramped right now. I don't want to put anything else on the walls, but, I mean, I don't have shit on the walls, except for a hanging TV and a shelf. But my office is so small, and plus I have, like, my daughter's playpen in here. We have 2 fucking litter boxes now because we took in my late mother-in-law's cat. I have a giant cat stand that was her cat's like cat tower thing. My big ass armor bin. I maybe have like 4 feet of actual movable space. It basically just fits my chair. So why am I saying all this bullshit? Because I want to get the Saturn V Lego set, build that, and mount it above my computer monitor. I think that would be a really cool piece to hang above my computer monitor, you know. But yeah. Da, 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 da. Oh, nice. You own the Saturn V. That's badass, man. Yeah, that's kind of, you know, it's... I don't know if I would... I want to see it in person built, Evan. You know what I mean? Because I would love to get an actual Saturn V model kit or something like that. I don't know, but... So, I don't know... I'm kind of torn, you know. Do I want the Saturn V Lego, or do I want an actual Saturn V like model kit that I can put together as well and hang that above my computer monitor? But I don't know. What are you most excited about regarding the Knights of Ren? Well, twofold, I guess. Kind of their relationship with the entire... You know, they might not even be a part of the First Order, right? That's kind of my guess. My guess is that they're not a part of the First Order, and my guess is that maybe Kylo betrayed them as well. Maybe they betrayed Kylo, and maybe, you know, maybe there's not that connection there anymore. Maybe there was never a connection to the First Order with the Knights of Ren. You know, I'm probably wrong about that, but that's kind of the first thing that comes to mind. people are assuming that the Knights of Ren are some, like, fucking badass right-hand guards of Kylo Ren or something like that. I think it's going to be a little different than that. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. But I'm also just excited to maybe have a little bit of backstory with them, what they are, how they became, and that kind of stuff will probably happen in books and comics and all that stuff, but yeah. Least favorite Star Wars character, Lewis? I don't know, man. Oh, God. See, nobody really annoys me. I don't know. Least favorite Star Wars character. Back in the day, I would probably say some prequel characters, but after watching the Clone Wars, I have a new appreciation for them,
What are your thoughts on Article 13?
The Geek Talk Society, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to sound like a goddamn idiot, and I'm going to have to do some Googling here, because I'm curious now. Sup, what are your thoughts on Article 13? So, the extent of what I know about Article 13, because, back in the day I'd probably research it a little bit out of curiosity, but nowadays I pretty much only read Star Wars and space news. So I am, the most I know about it is that YouTube has been, I guess, warning people about it. I've seen recommended stuff in my channel dashboard from YouTube, like stuff to read. I've seen them tweet out stuff, so I'm gonna do, what is Article 13? Post what you guys think. Say it is in the chat. Oh, maybe it's a good thing that I don't have a webcam, because you guys would have seen me pull out a giant, disgusting booger. Hello, Greedo, so professional. Article 13 may refer to Article 13 of the Constitution. Nope. Okay. Oh, it's the EU's divisive. Okay. What is Article? I'm not gonna read this whole thing. I'm just gonna give a little synopsis. This is from Wired. Take what you will with that. I don't know much about Wired. What is Article 13? The EU's divisive new copyright plan explained. Okay. Big changes are coming to the online copyright across the European Union. After years of debate and negotiations, politicians have passed sweeping changes following a final vote in the European Parliament. The changes have proved controversial, with critics being opposed to two specific parts of the law, Article 11 and Article 13. They form part of a wider regulations which are passed. The European Union, the European Union Directive on copyright in the digital single market, to use its full name, requires the likes of YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter to take more responsibility for copyrighted material being shared illegally on their platform. Like what? It's become known by the most controversial segment, which critics claim to detrimental impact on creators online. YouTube and YouTubers have become the most vocal opponents, so it's implemented by the the directive on copyright would make online platforms and aggregator sites liable for copyright infringements and supposedly direct more revenue from tech giants towards artists and journalists. Currently, platforms such as YouTube aren't responsible for copyright violations, although they must remove that content when directed to... Okay, so... Yeah, that's really stupid. I believe that... I do not believe that platforms, and this is just a philosophical belief held by me, I do not believe that platforms such as YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any of these platforms that are basic, public soapboxes where anybody can make an account and say whatever they want, I do not believe that any of those companies, those institutions, those organizations hold any responsibility for any of the content that is on their site, that is uploaded by an individual, right? Now, if it's copywritten, yeah, you can take that shit off, but YouTube, I don't believe, bears any responsibility for like a piece of copywritten material being put on their site. You know, just take it down. Yeah, they shouldn't be fined for it. They shouldn't be hit for it, right? Now, if YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or any of these platforms want to take stuff off because it violates their policy, absolutely, that's their right as well. But if somebody uploads something, says something on these platforms, you can't ding them for them. They're soapboxes, right? Yeah, they can remove the content if they deem it just against their I guess terms of services. But yeah, that's very strange. Very strange. And I could see that becoming a slippery slope. Article 13, aka the meme ban, explain. You know, I'm gonna read this some other time, because I'm now interested. I don't think this will affect much where I'm at. Now, I know the internet is global, and I know YouTube is global, so I don't know the implications of this on a global platform. I have no idea how that works. I'm gonna have to research this a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. But I appreciate that, Geek Talk Society. Thank you so much, man. I'm interested. I'm interested. You know, copyright is copyright. I can't upload the entirety of A New Hope to YouTube. That being said, some stuff falls under fair use, right? If you're doing commentary, if you're doing educational stuff, if you're informing, if you're giving criticism, or there's other terms and fair use clauses. And I don't know, like I said, in this global platform, how do laws in the United States, how do laws in other parts of the country, or the world rather, how do they, I don't know, how the hell do these global platforms even figure out what the hell to do? I don't know. I'll be honest, I was feeling down before, but I'm feeling a bit better. Well, I'm glad the chat has been able to boost you up, man. No reason to feel down. No reason to feel down. Always something to look forward to, always something to, even if it's minor stuff, right? Day-to-day stuff. Harry Potter is my life. I like Harry Potter. I've only read the first book. I really enjoyed it. Oh, I read about half of the second book. I liked it. I don't like reading back-to-back books in the same franchise. You know, if I read a Star Wars book, then the next book that I'm gonna read, I do not want it to be Star Wars. I want, you know, I'll read something else. Usually nonfiction. I go from nonfiction to fiction, back to nonfiction. You know, ping pong, back and forth. But yeah. But did you hear about the plans to produce Legends Old Republic movies to try and win back Star Wars fans? Aiden, I don't believe any of that shit. I don't believe it. Dude, I mean, I said this before, but I've been doing this YouTube Star Wars thing for 8 years. I have seen so many rumors and, you know, things pop up here and there. Thousands pop up here and there. And I've just learned that most of them are bullshit. Most of the reasoning behind them are bullshit. I think that's kind of silly. And try to win back the fans. They're like some of the biggest selling movies of all time. The pocket of super angry fans is relatively small. Relatively small when you look at the broad Star Wars fan base. I don't think anybody's trying to win over anybody. They're just trying to make fun stuff, right? I'm tuning into this live stream while simultaneously typing a graduation paper, High Tide Productions. How do you do that? How do you do that? I can't listen to anybody talk while I'm writing, man. I usually have to put on, well, this kind of music, really. Just, you know. What's up, Eli? Good to see you, man. Awesome, Alex. When are you gonna play KOTOR next? I was debating about playing it tonight, but I've just been lately. I've just been so drained. We're basically removing a lot of wood rot on my house and painting the house and shit like that during the day. My mom's come over to babysit, and just I'm at the end of the day, I'm just ready to sit down and do this with a cup of coffee and not really use my brain that much. Can you tell I'm an idiot? No, sometime soon. Sometime soon. I watched Alien in cinema tonight. It was epic. Oh, nice. Bowie? Yeah, that's awesome, man. I have a little local theater, independently ran, sell beer and stuff like that, and I wish they would show older movies like that, you know? They always show obviously they're going to show the biggest stuff. They want the biggest bang for their buck. It's only a 2-theater, yeah, they don't have a 2-screen theater, and it's a small place. So they're going to show, you know, the big stuff. Captain Marvel, whatever's coming out. But I want them to have, like, old school nights, you know? I wish. I debated about getting a night job there. Just like, well, before my daughter was born, just because I thought that would be such a fun-ass job. Like, you know, just working at a small independent movie theater over the, like, at night. It'd be so much fun, you know? But, yeah. Greedo, did you see the new episode 9 poster? A fancy smart guy. I did. It looks pretty sharp. A lot of people are saying they think it's fake. I don't think it's fake at all. And then they're quoting Mark Hamill, and I don't think it's fake at all. Looks pretty legitimate. Some of the same costumes, images, names, and stuff like that are present in a leaked... and this is all shit that I wish I wouldn't have seen. It's kind of hard when you're scrolling and everybody's posting. But the costumes and names and stuff like that, you know, they're present in a visual dictionary. Is that what it is? Or like a costume guide or something like that. That leaked as well. But yeah, Eckert's Ladder. What's up, man? Good to see ya. Man, I've wanted to get a random job like that too. Yeah. That would have been a lot of fun, you know. The closest thing that I did to that, well, I worked at a bookstore a little bit. That was like literally 2 months out of the Navy. I just got a job at a bookstore, which is a lot of fun. It was cool people to work with. And then a couple years ago, I just got a part-time job at a brewery, just kind of supplement my freelance and YouTube income. And that was a lot of fun too, but you know, I never had time with my wife, so I quit that after like 5 months. Because, you know, you're always working on the weekends at night and stuff like that, and I miss my drinking buddy. But, yeah. It's not fake, it's just not the official movie poster, Chris. Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I'm assuming, I didn't in 2000, well, before The Force Awakens, they had a Force Awakens Star Wars Celebration poster, right? And I'm assuming that's what this is. They passed out these posters at Celebration. I'm assuming that this one's like that as well, or something like that, you know? There's always, you know, posters that they'll hand out there, or you know, not official movie posters. You know, they'll have a poster that's not going to be at the theater, but it, you know, it's still technically an official poster, I suppose. Yeah, Eli. Yeah, it was goofy. I'm more curious than anything. Earlier I said maybe they gave C-3PO like a combat upgrade. Oh, goodness. We shall see. But the poster looks neat. I don't want to, you know, spoil anything. Even though all you guys, I'm sure, have already seen it. Yeah. What's your favorite memory from your time in the Armed Forces, Sun Solars? Deployment, yeah. I honestly think he's just holding the stuff. Yeah, Eckert's, yeah, 100%. I never thought of that. That's a plausible explanation. When I first saw it, man, I thought, at first glance of the poster, I thought that it was a prototype poster. It was like a mock-up poster, and they were still working on the drawing and the characters and all that stuff on it. But it's definitely the final version. But at first glance, I thought it was like there was transparency on 2 layers, you know what I mean? And they were blending Chewie and C-3PO and trying to figure out which character they wanted in that slot. Does that make sense? But obviously, you look at the whole thing, it's a completed picture, but that's where my brain went the first time I saw it. My favorite memory in the Armed Forces, Son, was... oh, one sec.
Fly casual.
What's the worst comment you've ever received?
AJ, thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Jeremy, the music is up at the top. Are you trolling me? Are you trolling me? You're good. Give me one sec, AJ. Son, yes, my favorite memory in the Navy. Definitely deployment. I was gone to South America for 6 months, and it was awesome. I miss it. Yeah. I'll go into it in depth one day. But do you want to see? I was gonna show you guys the cover of the book. It's so silly. It's so silly. It's so silly. Should I put it out on the day celebration happens? Should I make it live on Amazon? We'll talk about it another time. AJ, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. What's the worst comment you've ever received? On YouTube? You know, I've never really taken anything to heart. A lot of people, and especially stuff when people, you know, disagree with me, I don't care, you know, people can be super nasty. Throw around a bunch of labels. It's what's really interesting to me is how, you know, when people disagree on the internet, at least. I've never experienced it in real life. The internet seems to bring the worst out of people, but people like automatically assume that the other person who has the flip side opinion of you is some like asshole who's trying to destroy you. You know what I mean? It's so weird. I don't know. I could go down to whatever. I'll talk about it some other time. But the worst comment that I've ever received, I used to have a guy who would make alt accounts and just talk about like murder and shit like that. Like looking back, this was like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe longer than that. I probably should have reported him, but I deleted all of his shit. I probably should have reported him, right? Probably.
I don't know. Fly casual.
Here's $2.
Tom Grobe, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. But yeah, AJ, I can't really think of much because like the worst comment I've ever received. I don't take any criticism to heart about my videos or my opinions or anything like that. I recognize that people are going to disagree with me, and I recognize that oftentimes in my viewership even, I am kind of in the minority mindset with a lot of opinions. Especially when I got out of Rogue One, I didn't really like it. I knew as soon as I made a video, people were going to disagree with me, and it was, I was fine with it. So I've had people... Yeah, I've never taken it to heart. Oh, the worst comment that I've received, I've probably laughed at. I don't know. But I appreciate that, AJ. I did, yeah, like I said, I had a guy who basically was I don't know what you would call it, threatening? And I never took it serious, and this was, like I said, 3 or 4 years ago, maybe longer. I just kind of sat back and I was like, oh, people are silly. Because my brain automatically goes to, they're trolling you and they're just trying to get a rise out of you. You know, I don't really take any of that stuff serious. Unless I actually believe it, right? Or there's cause for me to believe it. But my brain always goes to like, they're just trying to get a reaction out of you. Fuck them. You know, ignore it. But Tom Grobe, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Here's $2. Well, thank you so much, man. I will consider that a silent support. I appreciate the hell out of that silent support tonight, man. On this random Thursday, 7:35 p.m. August? Am I having a stroke? Am I smelling toast? March 28th, 2019. But, Tom, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate the hell out of that. Waffle Triforce. What's up, Greedo? Big fan. I had a question. If you still had plans for Daddy Darth, or was it like a spoof or something? You know, I had a lot of ambition for Daddy Darth videos. I quickly realized that it is way harder to make YouTube videos with a baby. It is way harder to, especially like to incorporate your kid into the videos. I don't want to show her face, you know, and all that kind of stuff. I have some ideas, and they've been ideas, Waffle Triforce, for a year. I have a couple ideas that I absolutely love. One of them is going to require me to ask some of my buddies that are in the 501st and the Rebel Legion to suit up and go to the park with me. And I won't give away the idea. It's really simple, but it would just be like a minute long, probably. A little silly Daddy Darth video that I've always wanted to make.
Kofi Kingston for WWE Champ. Also love you, Greedo.
Jake McDonald, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. Let me take a quick sip of coffee before this giant mug goes cold. Shit, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Waffle. So I have some ideas. I'll never say never, you know.
Who should have an anthology film? Not Kenobi and Boba.
Damon. Picadio? Oh my god, I'm a... Hello, Gritty, you're a goddamn idiot. Damon, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. Give me one sec. Jake, Jake McDonald, thanks, man. Kofi Kingston for WWE Champ. I have never heard the name Kofi Kingston.
Fly casual.
Oh, let me see.
Here's one sec.
Tom Grove, once again, man, thank you so much. Gimme. You just gave me one sec. I just got that. I didn't understand it at first until I read it out loud. I appreciate that, man. I've never heard of Kofi Kingston. I'm reading. Professional wrestler currently signed to WWE, where he performs on the SmackDown brand under the ring name Kofi Kingston. He is a member of the New Day, along with Big E and Xavier Woods. 37 years old. Kicking ass at 37 in the ring. Dude, that's something that I've never gotten into, Jake. I respect it. I have a lot of friends. In fact, one of my closest friends was like a professional wrestling photographer for a little bit, and one of the guys that was in my wedding wrote for the WWE for a couple years. Literally wrote the what I guess you would call them stories, which is pretty cool. But I've never been into it. The closest I've ever been into it was when I was really young, probably in elementary school, and I had those big plush dolls that you would hit him in the nose, and he would go, "Oh, my nose." Was it Macho Man, I think, that I had? I don't know what they were called, but you hit him in the nose.
Here's one. The robot read it, but I'm going to read it too.
Eli, thanks, man. Give me one sec. But yeah, I appreciate that, Jake. Thank you so much for supporting the channel tonight, man. And Damon, who should have an anthology film? Not Kenobi/Boba. Ooh. You know, for me, Damon, I'm not big on... and I will... Let me preface this. I will give the best answer that I can. Because I'm not really one for wanting anthology films about like a character we already know. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want a movie called Kenobi. I don't want a movie called Boba. If they're in a movie, I almost don't even want them to be in a movie, anthology movie. I know that's probably surprising, but my idea for anthology films moving forward, I would like to see more stories and characters that we've never even heard of, right? But that's just me. But if we have to have an anthology film, and you're specifically saying not Kenobi, not Boba, but we have to have an anthology film about a character.
I don't know. Fly casual.
I don't know. Fly casual.
Y'all are playing games with the robot tonight. One sec, Sugarfed. Thank you so much. So a character, golly, man. That's not Boba and Kenobi. Boba wouldn't be one of my choices at all, to tell you the truth. The Kenobi movie does intrigue me. I'll be honest there. Boba does not. The Boba movie does not. But a character movie. Shit, man. See, I don't know. Whenever I think of a character, I'm just like, yeah, no. A Grievous movie? Yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't interest me. I mean, I would go see it, obviously, but it definitely wouldn't be one of my choices. Darth Maul movie? That'd be interesting, I suppose. See, Damon, I know I'm lollygagging here, but Damon, like, if I'm gonna have characters, I would almost want like complete side characters, like Wedge, you know, like Pilot, like a Top Gun movie with vague characters that we're vaguely familiar with.
Sec face with tears of joy. Much love, Rito.
Geek Talk Society, thank you so much, man. As you said, give me 1 sec. 1 sec. I do repeat myself there, don't I? But Damon, I appreciate that, man. I would, if I have to have a character that we already know in an anthology film, I would rather it be a small... How about Dak? I feel like I could take on the whole Empire by myself.
Fly casual.
Tom Grove, thank you so much for the silent support, man. I greatly appreciate that. All right, let me catch up here. After I take a sip of the coffee. All right, Tom Grove, once again, thank you so much for the sec. Eli Foreman, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, the Robot Reddit, and I'm going to read it too. Here's one, the Robot Reddit, but I'm going to read it too. I appreciate that, man. I like these robot games. I like the text-to-speech robot games. I wonder if there's any... I haven't looked at Streamlabs in a while. I need to see if there's any kind of new doodads or robot voices or anything like that, you know. Be cool. But I appreciate that, Eli. I hope you're doing well, man.
I don't know. Fly casual.
Ranker Keeper movie.
Oh, I didn't understand what the robot said. I thought the robot said Riker movie. Bubba Fett, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. 1 sec. Let me catch up here. Sugar Fett, thank you so much. I don't know. Fly casual. I heard that earlier. That was good. Can I repeat it? Let me see.
I don't know. Fly casual.
By the way, it's pronounced Piacquadio. It's Italian.
Ah, Damon, thank you so much. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna try to pronounce it. All right, give me 1 sec. But Sugarfett, thank you so much for screwing with the robot tonight, man. Geek Talk Society, give me 1 sec. 1 sec. Much love, Greedo. Right back at you, man. I need to change up my sayings, don't I? I've been saying the same shit for like 2 years since I've been... I've only been streaming for like a year and a half, really. Like, consistently. I've only been streaming since like a month before The Last Jedi. That's hard to believe. Like consistently. Interesting. Tom Grobe, thank you once again for the super chat, the silent support tonight on that super chat. Bubba Fett says Rancor Keeper movie. You always feel bad for the Rancor Keeper, right? I always did. Like, you know, even if your pet is kind of an asshole. Like, I have a cat that does not like strangers, right? People that have been coming to my house for years. My parents even. She will immediately run and hide. If my dad tries to pick her up, she'll scratch the shit out of him. But she is the sweetest cat to us. You know, she'll just crawl on your chest and fall asleep and purr. And I kind of envision the Rancor... I know this is headcanon, right? This is stupid. But I kind of envision the Rancor being like that, right? This Rancor Keeper loved that thing. The Rancor was probably an asshole to things that it wanted to eat, but this Rancor Keeper, it loved. And he loved him. But no, I don't want that, Boba Fett. I appreciate it, man. And Damon, alright, by the way, it's pronounced P-Aqua-Dio. P-Aqua-Dio. Did I say that correctly? P-Aqua-Dio? Damon P-Aqua-Dio. That rolls pretty well. I like that. It's Italian. P-Aqua-Dio. By the way, it's pronounced P-Aqua-Dio. I think I got that right. Nice, I got it. Bingo. Sweet. P-Aqua-Dio. I didn't fuck it up there. You just have to spell it phonetically. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, Damon. P-Aqua-Dio. I appreciate that. What are we doing F for? Press F in chat for the Rancor. Oh, man. Oh, I know. I have no doubts in my mind that it's real, Joshua. No doubts in my mind. I like this song. It gets super loud. Coffee is gone. The book From a Certain Point of View mentioned that an officer was smitten by TK-421, but I forget whether the officer was a male or female. Luke. Interesting. I still haven't read that book. I still haven't read it. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can Photoshop my book cover and give you guys a little peek at the cover. I'm gonna blur out the name of it. Nobody's seen this. Well, a couple people have seen it. Where is it? That's not right. Alright, let's see if this will work. Blur. No, let's do pixelate mosaic.
I don't know. Fly casual.
2003 Clone Wars Grievous greater than every villain ever.
Jake McDonald, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that tonight. Once again, 2003 Clone Wars Grievous greater than every villain ever. That dude, Jake, that is I'm gonna put an image up here real quick, well, in a second. That the 2003 Clone Wars series, or yeah, I can't remember how it's broken down. I completely forgot. I haven't seen it yet. And the reason I'm saying all this is because that 2003 Clone Wars series is without a doubt one of the #1 things that constantly gets recommended to me. Constantly. I need to see it. I need to see it. Eventually I will. I need to see how it's broken down. I can't remember. Somebody told me maybe like months ago. Is it multiple episodes and the entirety is like shit, I'm gonna look this up real quick. Yeah, I need to make a video about it, Nick. 2003 Clone Wars. TV series. Alright, so episodes. Wait, there's 3 seasons? I thought it all happened in 2003. So it ran from 2003 to 2005. Interesting. Really? And each episode is pretty short, right? Why doesn't it have... Let's see. It doesn't have like the times of the episodes. Let me see here. Full series. So the full 2003 Clone Wars series is 2 hours and 12 minutes long or so. Interesting. Okay, maybe I'll watch seasons or a few episodes in a chunk and do videos on them. But I got a lot of regular Clone Wars animated show to watch, so eventually I will. Eventually I will. But I appreciate that, Jake. Yeah. Alright. Let me see here. I guess I can share this. Let me see here. Nah, you know what? I'm not gonna share the book cover yet. I blurred out the title. I blurred out all that stuff. I'll wait. I'll wait to share it until I made an advertisement for it. So I think I'm gonna. Most of you guys probably don't give a shit, but so I apologize for talking about something you don't care about. But I'm planning on releasing the book on Amazon the day of the episode 9 panel. So, yeah, something to look forward to for me. Getting something out. But, alright, guys. The title is called Poop, a Greedo Story. No, it's not. It's not. Alright, guys, I gotta get going. What's the book about? Fancy Smart Guy. It's just, I started in 2016. So the little rundown of it is, in 2016, I took 2 college classes specifically because there was a 4-hour block in between these classes, and the campus was too far for me to justify driving home in those 4 hours. It's like an hour away. So I would literally sit on campus at like a picnic table with my lunch and some coffee and write on my laptop. I'd write videos, and I would use that 4 hours of time to work on channel stuff. And as I started writing, I just started writing more and more and more, and eventually, like, cohesive chapters began to coalesce, and I was like, you know what, I should turn this into a book. So over the past 3 years, I've just been bullshit writing in it on and off, here and there. You know, it's a little bit... So when I started writing a little bit about my own life, my upbringing, where I grew up, why I love Star Wars. So there's chapters like why I love Star Wars, or there's a chapter called YouTube. There's a chapter called clickbait and social media. There's a chapter called the United States Navy. There's a chapter, you know, just life stuff and my thoughts. And so it's not like a flat out Star Wars book about Star Wars. It's kind of a little bit of like autobiographical, little bit opinion, but just a bunch of random shit. But yeah. Anyway, I got to get going. So thank you so much. Let me run down the list. Jake McDonald, thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and the super chats to channel support. Damon Piaquadio, there we go. Damon, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Bubba Fett, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Tom Grove, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Geek Talk Society, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Sugar Fat, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Eli Foreman, thank you for the super chat and channel support. AJ Caraballo, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Jason96, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Nick DeGeek, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Go Braves. Snakebox, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Just a Kid That Rants, thank you for the super chat and channel support. JX Editor, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Go Kite Man. And Eric DeRiggi, thank you for the super chat and channel support as well. And that information about Padme's sister. I knew she had one, but I did not think it was canon. Because of it was in a deleted scene, but that's interesting. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you all tomorrow. I'll probably just run through some Battlefront 2 tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening, your night, your morning, wherever the hell you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side.